Right, welcome back. So we've got to do a list of modifications we're going to do to the BMW after that track day. Now, excuse my writing because it is shit. What we got? We need a seat. We need a bucket seat. So bucket seat, but we need to get as low as possible. So ideally, floor mount bracket. That will, because we had a bit of a problem with me banging my head when I had the helmet on, because I've got about 5 mm clearance, so every time I hit a curb it was like dunk 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 dunk, which isn't ideal. Now it didn't overheat either, however my coolant tank looks pregnant, so we're going to do a rad and tank because they're all one piece. Now, because we're doing that, we're going to get rid of the viscous and we're going to put a thermo fan. That will reduce parasitic losses as well. Also, I've been looking at underdrive pulleys. They will free up a bit of the minimal horsepower we have, so we'll get some of them. Pulleys. I need to make sure what alternator I've got. So as a side note, we'll do, oh, that pen is shit. Alright, we won't use red. Let's get another one. Look at these fancy bad boys. Oh. Now, I did buy fancy front seats, but what I'm going to do is turn them into a Top Gear sofa. So that'll be its own separate little video, because I'm going to build a log cabin down the garden as my office. So alt question mark. That's all I need to know for that one. What else are we going to do? Oil cooler. So oil cooler. I'm going to use AN lines. I've got something exciting happening about them as well, but we will need separate to that oil filter housing, and oil cooler lines, fittings. What else are we going to do? Cold air intake. So let's get down here. Cold. Oh my god. Ooh. Nearly spelled that wrong. But we need to work out what size throttle body. And then we can go for tube length and bend radius. Going to do that out of alley as well. First time alley welding, so we'll see how that goes. But we also need to work out what hoses go into it. So what would they be called? Intake. Fucking hell, I've done it again. Accessory hoses, maybe. Let's do that. Or no, it's not at all, is it? They're a lot of them breathers. So breather hoses and idle control valve. Yeah, that's it for that. So bucket seat, floor mount bracket we'll need. So these are just things we need to do. Obviously some of them will, like these two and them two, we'll do all as one, probably do the underdrive at the same time, or maybe oil call up. That'll be a separate video. We'll just see how it goes, see what time it is, you know what I mean? But we need to start ordering some bits up, because obviously it's not now longer track season. I was very late, but we got one in, so I had a little bit of an idea what was what. So let's just have a think. Bucket seat. We'll go with engine and G-box mounts. We'll redo them. Might even, no, I think we'll call it there actually. I think that's a good initial list. What we'll do as well, in a minute we'll go out and have a look at the cart, and we'll find out these measurements. I can note them down next to it so I can then start ordering some stuff. If there's anything that's spelled wrong there, tough. I hope it winds you up. Oh, is that it? I think that might be everything. That's a fair old bit. Right, exhaust. Told you I'm terrible at this English. Exhaust system plus manifold. We'll do it all the way back, all the way, engine to back of the car, full lot. So that's another thing we'll have to work out. What we'll do, we'll need manifold, flanges plus V bands. They're just better. Tube ends plus vents. That's probably wrong. And silencers plus cat. Because road legal. That's it. That's a fair old bit of work. Well, realistically, if I get it all, well, we've got a day, probably a day to do that and that, maybe. A day of fucking about fabricating that. A couple of hours doing that, and then a day or two doing a complete exhaust system. It's not bad, really. What, fucking 5 days work? Weather permitting? Although I'll be coming into winter, so the weather's going to be a bit shitter, so it might be a bit touch and go with that. We'll see a bit more of this engine rebuild. I haven't even attempted it other than that video that we put up the other day, so once we're happy, we'll start tearing into it. So, well, I'll say once I'm happy. I am happy, very happy, always happy. Oh, I've dropped that. Yeah, we'll start tearing into it. We'll go from there. But I think that's it. So what we'll do, we'll go out, we'll strip the, have a look at the, for the cold air intakes, we'll order them bits up. I'll check what the alternator is, because either Bosch or Velio from factory. Find out what that is, and then we'll get them ordered. We'll get that stuff ordered. So, this hose here, I know that's 10mm because I've replaced it for the breather, so that's not a problem. So we'll get a 10mm bulb for that. I think the back one's 20mm, but we'll have a look. Need to work out that and that. So let's get them off. What's that, 7? Pointless making a $70mm. Yeah, 70mm ID. I imagine the throttle body will be the same. Yeah, 70. Could do with a clean. That is for sure. Rank. Just got that hose there. If I bit tight. The dirty great spleen now. Let's just pop that off, fuck it. And he's replacing. What's we got here? Minus 45? I don't think so. $21. So 22mm hose. Or 20mm hose. 21mm hose? 21mm hose. And then $69. $69 plus 70. Yeah, look how fucking fat that is. That's the reason I want to change it, because I don't trust it. It's not overheated or anything like that, but these have a tendency to just fail. So if I change it now, we might be better off later on. So, but yeah, other than that, we're in pretty good stead. So got them bits sorted. Let's just finish that list and then start ordering bits. Right, so excuse me. We know the throttle body is now 70mm. The MAF is also 70mm, so that's ideal. You ain't got to fuck about with reducers or expanders. Reducer, turn it around, it becomes an expander. That's me being stupid. But yeah, so we get 290s because I need 190 coming out the inlet to go towards the front of the car. The other 90 if I want to get fancy with it, to bring the filter closer to the front. But we'll see how it goes, depending on, because what I might have to do is put the what are they called? Put the MAF sensor halfway up and do alley pipe MAF, and then another drop down with the thingy. But we'll see how it goes. Might just do a 45 out the MAF and then bring it down. But we need some silicone couplers. Probably only need what, 50, 60mm will be plenty either end. There's not going to be any boost running through it, but we'll get a Probably get a bead roller, make it look pretty. But other than that, male to male bar, but that's for that coolant line. We'll make something work with that. 10mm barb for the breather from the crankcase, and then a 21mm barb for the 21mm hose that goes around to the idle control valve, I believe. And then 21mm hose to replace that because that's split. So that's that for the cold air intake. We'll do that first. I'd look at the alternator as well. It's a Valio alternator, so we can order the underdrive pulley set. Worry about that and that initially. Then we'll do the, well, if we order that, we'll see. We might not fit that until we do that, because we'll have more space. Get a puller in there if they're a bit of a bastard to get off. Engine and gearbox mounts, I know what they are. That's not a problem. You just order them up. This will be on the back burner for the time being. I need to work out how we're going to do that, and lengths, bends, all that razzmatazz. Because at the minute it goes, it's two 3-to-1s out the block. So you've got two 3-to-1 manifolds. Comes down and then Y's into itself. Does it Y? Yes, it does. Yeah. And then that goes into the cat, comes out the cat in 2, and then from there to the silencer, comes back out the silencer as a single. But I would like to do for 2 3-to-1s into 2 cats, and then into a silencer which has got an internal X pipe, and then 2 pipes again to the back box, which will have another X pipe in it, and then 2 straight out the back. So nice high flow exhaust system. So but again, that's going to be quite pricey because it's all going to be stainless. I'll TIG weld that all up, see how I go on with that. Ain't got to be too pretty because it's under my car. If it was for somebody else, I'd have to make it pretty, but you know, you've got to learn one way or another, haven't you? The bucket seat and the floor mount, I'll have a little look what I want to do with the bucket seats, whether I want to put a recliner in it or fixed back. Probably go with a fixed back because I like quite an upright seating position, but obviously it would depend on if I can get low enough floor mount brackets, so I'm not completely bonking my head. I found a rad and combined coolant tank, and that full alley one, so that's not a problem. We just got to work out what thermo fan we're going to run, whether we're going to run a shroud, and how we're going to control it. Now, Mishimoto do a fan, shroud and a controller. It's quite pricey, but it's an adjustable controller, so you can set it when to come on temperature wise, and then I believe it turns off 10 degrees lower than whatever you tell it to come on at. Obviously if you're giving it the beans, it'll probably stand the whole time, but we'll have a look, we'll see what we can do. But that's it for today. We've got this engine we've got to start stripping, which I might do in a minute, but bit of a boring video, but just an update on what's to come, where we're at with the car, and then see what happens. Peace.